Your favorite co-star?
You know, it's interesting. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock,
Yeah.
and Lyric Bent, an actor that I did a Lifetime movie with.
You've worked with your husband, Eric Winter.
Oh, I didn't say Eric. Oh, shit.
I was thinking, I was like,
That was a trick question.
I'm so happy you said that.
I just lost my ring. No, listen.
She just lost her ring at the same time. Today's show is brought to you by Tummies by Mommy's Choice. Summer plans are officially here. That means road trips. But if you get in the car and ever get nauseous, car sick, you gotta have these tummies on hand. They are suckers. The key ingredient is calcium carbonate. It soothes your stomach for moms and dads, also kids. I never leave home without these. Roselyn Sanchez.
Hi.
Welcome to Not So Hollywood. We are so happy to
you.
have you.
I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here.
You look fabulous.
Ah, thank you.
And we were talking, obviously we're doing a lot of prep before the interviews.
Yes.
And people know you from Devious Maids and Without a Trace. But what's so funny is that even though you had sort of the acting bug as a young kid and singing, acting, dancing, really that whole dynamic, it was your mom who pushed you to pursue your dreams in New York City. Is that right?
Yes, very much. I don't know if the New York City equation she was a part of, because I think my mom so much wanted me to perform, but I don't know if she was thinking about she's actually gonna leave the island.
Well, did she see something in you? Is that what it was? Or was she fulfilling, her own fantasies
I think
through
so.
you? It was that?
I think so, yeah. I have never had the conversation with my mom about what was it that you were so adamant about me, like dancing ballet and playing piano and modeling and doing all these things. But I truly believe, based on behavior and comments and just because she's my mom, that it's almost like she lives her life through me type of thing.
How do you feel about that? Let's hit it hard from the start. This is therapy in here.
It's gonna be therapy. It's gonna be therapy. It never affected me ever. I thought that was the norm. She was very lucky that I love it, and I always did. So it was never like a drag. Like, Mom, I don't want to do it. The only thing that I fought her was, I don't want to play piano. It's boring.
Yeah.
And she said to me, "You're gonna regret it. You're gonna regret it," and I do regret it.
Totally.
So she was right. She's always right. But now, maturity, my age, I'm a mom now. All these issues
Yeah, I know.
are starting to manifest, and it's insane. Things that never affected me before, and now I think because I'm a mom and I have a little girl that is a mini me, and it's giving me a run for my money, And I just go, oh, okay, so let me just regroup. And through therapy and, a lot of reading and soul searching, I'm understanding, wow, what my mom did was pretty intense.
Right. And you are going to change those behaviors in raising your daughter.
I am, and I am so mindful of doing that every single day. Every single day. I want to break the cycle, 100%. But it's really crazy when you think you're doing it, and then there's moments that you realize, I think I'm failing, and I don't mean to, but there's something about my energy, or even the way I look at my daughter, that makes her severely nervous. And I don't think I'm doing it.
Right. But I do think that being conscious of it
Yes.
is the most important. That's step number one.
Step number one.
The awareness.
Yeah, it kills me,
Yeah.
it depresses me because I so much don't want to do that. I don't want to be that.
I know. I have the same with my mom and how I
Really?
felt growing up. Yeah, there were a lot of things where they say, like, trust your mother, mother's always right or whatever,
Yes.
which you did say, you wish you kept piano. That was the one.
Yeah.
But I look at my mom, I was like, she was not right in a lot of it.
Oh, that's interesting.
But then again, it was a different era.
It was.
And you lived in a whole different world.
Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, you came
Yeah.
over when you were in your 20s, is that right?
I was 21. I moved to New York at 21. Correct.
And how was your English at the time?
Not great. In Puerto Rico is interesting because I went to private school like nuns, Catholic private school my whole life. So English was very much part of the curriculum, right? But if you go to Puerto Rico, if you go to public school, this is me growing up. Public school, you have absolutely no foundation of English. You don't speak English. Private school, if it's a good one, you're able to understand a lot. I was able to write it very well, but I never had a conversation in English in 21 years.
Wow.
Ever. Because I didn't have to.
So you come here and it's a whole different world.
Yes, I moved to New York and I was like, you're speaking too fast. I don't understand. And it will kill because I went to private school my whole life. Like I should know. But then I realized and not even, like, for example, my nieces and nephews, they're in their teenagers now, like going to college. They speak better English than me. Because in Puerto Rico now, if you go to public school and all these kids, they all watch cable TV and streaming. Yeah. I grew up
so they
watching,
pick it up there. And TikTok. And by the way,
exactly.
Right, it's all around us.
They have
social
no accent.
Media.
The English is beautiful.
I love the accent, though. Your accent is what makes you.
No.
No.
I mean, it does, but no, I didn't love it until probably last year. No, it's been a struggle.
Good.
Thank you. I know, but in the business, things are changing. That's what they say.
Well,
things are changing. No, I truly believe if I did not have this accent, my career will be very different.
You're kidding me.
100%.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you is about this. Right? I know it's a sensitive subject, but this Latino representation in TV and film, what do you think about the progress that's being made? Is it significant? Is it not enough?
It is not significant, not yet, and it is not enough. To be honest. Listen, I'm a testament. I have to be careful because I'm a testament that things are changing. You know, I was the number one on a call sheet last year. You know, I had my own show on Fox. So it's ungrateful for me to be walking and saying things are not changing because you know what? I do have an accent, you know, and I had a show that I was carrying.
Right.
But it's one. Like if you turn on the TV or you go to streamers, count how many shows they have a Latino actress as the lead. Maybe two.
So the strides are being made, but not great enough yet.
I don't think so. No, we're a big group. We're a big demo within the United States of America.
Of course.
And we have proven that we consume. I don't understand why nobody has been able to crack the code and understand how to market to our market. But then it's been a struggle.
It comes to people like you or like Eva Longoria.
Correct.
For example, she produced Devious Maids.
Yes.
And so getting behind these productions, when you have enough power to really start creating your own projects, I think that's the sweet spot. It's getting to that level, though, isn't it?
It's getting to the level.
A Latina woman. I want to go to the Devious Maids thing for a second because it was a really big show for you guys. Did you know Eva before that?
Yes.
Steve had mentioned something about that. He was like, she was on Desperate Housewives.
Yes,
You were.
I tested against Eva on Desperate Housewives.
Oh,
yeah,
that's brutal.
That was crazy.
Oh my God.
And
but look at how the world turns. Would you ever think then she'd be involved in hiring you for a show after that?
No, and listen, and I knew Eva because I did a show called Dragnet many years ago. I remember this is what was crazy, like perception and how like you need to, God is always going to present you with a little bit of humble pie once in a while for you to understand. You know what? Just bring it down.
The not so Hollywood moments.
It's really crazy. I was doing movies. It's Rush Hour 2 and Boat Trip. I had a movie career.
Yeah.
And they offered me to do Dragnet as a series regular. Ed O'Neill was the lead, right? Yes. And I did not want to do TV. And I remember sitting down with Dick Wolf, which is a huge producer, saying, I'm not interested, but I'll do an arc. I'll do 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So they wrote 3 episodes for me. They were still looking for that Latino series regular. So I'm doing the show. In comes Eva Longoria. That book, that job, that I said, I'm not interested. Right? I meet Eva on the set of Dragnet. I swear to you. She comes over. Yeah. I didn't really know who she was. She comes over and she's like, oh my God, it's such an honor to meet you. Oh. I love you so much. The sweetest thing ever, right? So we hug. Since that day, we became good friends. I just loved her.
Oh my goodness.
Fast forward to Desperate Housewives. Yeah. Again, I'm doing my movie Yellow I'm working, right? And I said, I don't know if I want to do TV. Blah, blah, blah. There was 2 projects at the time, Desperate Housewives and an 8-episode series for NBC that I was obsessed with because it was a nun.
A nun, and you were raised in that.
And I was like, oh my God, it's like a dream. It's so against type. I wanted people to see me like that so much, like she can really act, right? And my agent at the time says to me, Ross, this show, Desperate Housewives, they want to see you. It's going to be the biggest thing ever. So I read it. The Latino lady is the one having the affair with the gardener.
We all remember it.
I know, and I'm like, I have an issue with that. So there's, just take a meeting with Mark Cherry and tell him your issues with all that. And here I am so stupid that I take this general with Mark Cherry. And I'm like, well, I have an issue with this and that, right? And he looked at me like I was tripping. But anyways, I end up testing. But I was obsessed with the other show. I tested for both things. I didn't get either.
But you got close, right?
Eva, but to me, I was like, there's no way I'm not going to get this.
Testing, by the way, for people listening who aren't in Hollywood, it's you're auditioning, but you're the very, very end of it. So it's like, what, 4 people, 5 people?
4 or 5
You're getting
people.
really close to getting the gig.
Yes, you get to studio, you get to network. There's all these suits.
But because you didn't care as much, right? Because you didn't really want either role, you must have come in like a bat out of hell and just went for it.
Sure I was gonna get it and I was gonna say no because I got the other one that I wanted. This is how you're so full of yourself, right? At that moment I was like,
and you're in your 30s at this point?
Huh?
You were in your 30s.
Well, I'm sorry. It's so funny you said you were so full of yourself because I was just about to compliment you to say in this career, the strength you had to say, I know I like this role, I don't like that role. Not many people have that. So you said full of yourself. That's confidence.
But
it was a lot of confidence.
There's a little too much confidence.
When I'm telling you that I didn't
tell us the rest of the story. I got to hear the rest of this.
I didn't get the NBC one that I wanted, and I did not get
Desperate Housewives.
But I have to tell you with all my heart, if it was not me, give it to Eva.
You really, it wasn't a competitive nature between the two of you. You actually really love each other.
No, I love her. And I love her now even more because we have become really, really close. By then we were good friends, but we were not like this, right? So I was like, you know what? It was Eva. She deserves it. Yeah. She's a good girl.
And it blew her up.
And it changed her life. And I'm telling you this whole story because it's really interesting how it went from, I am so honored to meet you, to now me going, I am so honored to meet you.
Well, I just want to go, Roselyn,
I'm so honored to be a friend of you because I love you so much.
Well, what's it like when the two of you go out to dinner together here in Los Angeles?
I just did. I love her. Listen.
But like, are people coming up to you asking for autographs? Is it a whole,
in LA,
thing?
No, LA people, when Los Angeles, everybody's so used to seeing a celebrity, and the places that we go to, no, people don't really do that. Maybe outside she has a lot of paparazzi waiting, but no, it's not like that. And the good thing that Eva is such a people person. Eva is she's all about community. Yeah. So people feel like that she's one of us, and what she's doing for the Latino demo. Like I just saw the movie that she just directed, Flaming Hot. It's one of the most beautiful, well-made movies I've ever seen in my life. Wow. Eva is exquisite.
But why don't the two of you team up and do something together now?
We can. No, we can. And I would love
Jason,
that.
Let's make it happen.
But she's busy. Listen,
we got her manager, Roselyn's manager back here.
I got to tell you something. Eva, there's Devious Maids. I was part of it. And I remember when she called me saying, Ross, Mark is writing something with 5 Latinas. It's perfect for you. It's not ready. It's going to be like a year, but just pay attention to that. When she produced Grand Hotel, she called me saying, I want to offer this. I want you to do this for me. Would you do this for me?
So she looks out for you.
Oh my God,
you look out for you. Sort of have looked out for each other.
Oh my God,
in the
of
industry.
course. Like to me, she's next level. I look up to her. I love her. I think she is going to be, already is, but I think what Eva is going to do for this community is unbelievable.
She's done a great job so far, you're right. Yeah. Your husband, the two of you together, have you ever gotten the feedback, you're just too good looking? Because I know you have.
We don't pay attention.
It's
people say it it's funny, on Instagram, because we do this podcast and I post a lot of things of us together, and people are really sweet. Yeah, everybody's like, oh my God, it's funny.
What about you two co-hosting a show together, you and Eric?
We're trying. We're trying. We're taking very, very good meetings to be able to do that. We have met with Netflix and now Fox. So there's a lot of things cooking. It's just that everything is a little bit paralyzed at the moment.
Well, there is non-scripted at the moment. So would you allow cameras into your house?
No.
I think that's smart. Well, is that the answer to being in a relationship that's now been 17 years? You've been married 15 years. What? Everybody says, what's the secret? It's not easy though. So how would you sum up your relationship in a few words? What keeps it going?
It's hard.
Yeah, I know.
With that, especially with two actors. You know what? I think humor has a lot to do with it. Somehow we find a way to have a laugh together.
That's
even
so
when
nice.
I can't stand him. There's something about, let me just try to chill and find the humor, and then at the moment it might not be funny, but we make sure that a week from that fight we look back and we're like, oh my God, isn't that? And then we start laughing about it. I think humor has a lot to do with it. Respect.
Yep.
He knows that I don't deal well with disrespect at all.
Yeah.
So he knew that since day one. So I said, as long as you respect me, we're gonna be cool.
Who wears the pants in that relationship?
I think I do, but if you ask him, he'll say, "I'm
No, I think you do too. Roselyn, you're a strong personality in the best way possible. No, but in the best way possible. Does that have something to do with being raised with 4 older brothers?
Correct. 100%.
So you came in rough and tumble because you had to.
Yes, very much. I'm the youngest one. I'm the only girl. My dad has a very strong personality. My mom is an actual real alpha of the house. So I would say I grew up with men.
Yes.
I don't have a mom. I have 2 dads. My mom is a dude.
That's so good.
So it's like, yeah, guys, I'm strong. It's funny. Like
It was in the DNA.
I guess so, but I don't mean to. That's what's crazy.
Do you know what I noticed also in being married? I just celebrated 13 years together, but 10-year wedding anniversary. And I was like, Scott, I never thought we'd make it past 2. I literally felt that way because that was my longest relationship ever before that. It's that when you make it to the other side after going through hell together, it is that much sweeter. Do you look back at tough times in your relationship and go, wow, I love you that much more because we went through that together
100%.
and stayed together.
Yeah, and 100%. Listen, I got very lucky. And thank God that it happened in my 30s because I don't think I was going to be able to appreciate my husband if I was 21, 22, 23, So when he came into my life, it was the right time for me to be like, you know what? I just want a good man.
Doesn't hurt that he looks the
and
way
he's
Eric
beautiful.
looks.
No, he's beautiful, but it's funny because but I never saw that. Everybody's like, he's gorgeous, but it wasn't really I don't know if I want a dark.
You wanted a darker guy.
It's like
the rest of the world want Eric Winter.
I'm like, really? And then no, I know he's beautiful, he's stunning, but and then now to me he's the most beautiful thing in the world, But it was more like I fell in love with the heart, with the mind. It wasn't about looks. It was about I just don't want drama. I just want a good person.
Yep.
And he's an incredible human being.
And you wear the pants.
Oh, so, well, maybe you wear the. I think I know you wear the pants. So I'm married to a Latina and 2 great Latina girls. My question is, and we're going on 15 years ourselves. What was it like meeting culture for the first time from him? Like the mixing of cultures. Was it a big change? Is it something that sort of still has fun in your relationship even now?
It was a big change, to be honest with you. Now I got very lucky because Eric grew up in Los Angeles, California, in this town called La Puente.
La Puente. I
and
heard
La
about
Puente is
this.
very Mexican. So Eric is this white gringo, the whitest of all, that believes that he's Latino. Like his favorite food is Mexican. He always dated Latina. So it was funny. It was like he thinks he's so, like to him, my kids need to be bilingual. He loves Puerto Rico. So I'm with a guy that truly embraces my culture. And he loves it.
Where do you guys see each other? Or where do you see yourselves in retirement, if that's even a thing for you, and growing old together? Like, what does that look like to you?
I don't see retirement because I'm obsessed. I love working.
You got another type A here. I feel the same.
It's crazy.
Like you expire when you retire, or yes, when you retire, you expire. That whole thing.
I can. So I need to work, but I do see. Listen, I want to have. I will be perfectly fine going back to Puerto Rico in my 60s. You know, I don't think it's possible for Eric to do that unless we're fully retired. But my happy place would be I want land, I want 2 horses, and I want to rescue dogs.
Oh,
And
do you have dogs right now?
I have 2.
Oh, we have 3
I
rescue
love them,
crazy
but I
dogs
do
in there.
so much work in Puerto Rico with different organizations that rescues, and you know, my first short that I directed, it was called Satos, meaning strays. So it's something that is a passion of mine. That if I had, and it's part of my vision board. I have my hacienda with my dogs I just want to rehabilitate dogs and find them loving homes.
Roselyn, what is it about us, animal lovers, dog lovers? Like, I could sit and watch my dogs play all day long, more than my kids. No, I'm kidding. I'm obsessed with my
Me too.
I love dogs.
Yeah, me too.
You see, like, somebody across the street, and it's a person and a dog. I'm not saying hi to the person, but the dog. I'm obsessed with. I love. They're healing,
because
aren't
they're
they?
incredible.
Oh,
Like, I don't
love
think any
them
human being
so
compares
much.
to the soul of a dog.
Oh my God,
There's not
they're
even
the
a comparison.
I know they're the best.
I
Even
love
when
them.
they're jerks, they're the best.
I know. I fight with my husband. You know what? We fight about that, to be honest with you. Because if it was me, I would have, like, when he met me, I had 4. Like, just having 2 to me is like, I need more dogs.
You're empty.
But he's like, with 2 kids and 2 dogs, Ross, that's enough. And you have no idea the amount of fights. I send him dogs on a weekly basis. Go, look at this one. He needs a foster.
pet
Can we
finder.
foster? I want to foster for 2 weeks. And he's like, it's too much work. And I'm going, but if it was up to me, I'll be fostering dogs all day long.
Can we talk about Fantasy Island for a second, switching gears? You had 2 great seasons.
Yeah.
Were you okay with how it ended, or was that crushing to you that it didn't come back for a 3rd?
It was bittersweet. You know, I have to tell you, I had an amazing time. I was back home, number 1.
Yeah.
I was shooting for 4 months out of the year. That part was incredible because I'm close to mom and dad, and my parents are getting very old, you know, and my dad had a stroke the 2nd season while I was there.
Oh,
so, but the fact that I was there, that when I got the phone call, that is on its way to the hospital, we think he had a stroke, I'm in Puerto
You could be
Rico.
there.
I was in the hospital every weekend.
What a blessing.
You know,
Yeah.
that was amazing. Otherwise, I would have been here and go, oh my God, what is happening with that? You know, so it gave me so much joy to be able to bring employment to the island, to see the film and TV industry thriving right in front of my eyes. I'm close to my family, to my brothers. So that part was amazing. I was away from my kids and my husband.
What was that schedule like for
It's
you?
not fun.
What did it actually look like? Were you gone for months at a time, or you came back and forth?
The first season, they came to visit me for a month. So out of 4 months, I was with them for a month. The 2nd season, because of the timing of it all, they were at school. So I saw my kids 2 weeks in 4 months. And my schedule was so crazy.
That's way too long to be apart from them, isn't it?
It was hell. So that part is in the first month, I love it. The 2nd month, I think I'm feeling it. By the 3rd month, I'm going, get me the heck out of it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a bad mom.
Not a bad mom. You're doing what you needed to do.
Correct. But my kids are very, my daughter makes me pay. She makes me pay for it. You know, it's like, you're gone.
Yep. Don't they all?
Yeah.
Don't
I'm
they
gonna give
all?
you the silent treatment. And it's like I said, Mommy has to leave again. You know, I got this show and it's such an incredible opportunity, Mommy. It's like that. And she's like, you don't have to, you choose to.
Oh, how old is she?
She's 11.
Oh, she's like reading the
she's
therapy
coming
books
right at you.
already.
Yeah,
The
she's
self-help.
coming at you.
And I'm
Mommy.
gonna tell you something. I think I spent an hour explaining to her the reason why Mommy is doing this. It makes me happy. I'm doing this for you. I want you to see me as a self-sufficient, independent. You know, it's like incredible, Sabella.
You're setting an incredible example, but she doesn't
went
see
through.
that.
It was a therapy session for an hour, and she's looking at me. I'm thinking, God, thank you, Lord. She's listening, and at the end, her remark was again, "No, I hear you, but you're choosing to do that."
Oh,
But, you know,
brutal.
They cut you deep. Now, my oldest daughter's 12, and I'm dad. And it wasn't too long ago that suddenly, you know, we go up and talk. Suddenly the door shuts. Dad, I'm changing. I need my private time. I can't come in. I can't talk right now. And I'm like, the first time the door shuts, and I'm like, Dad's standing outside the door now.
Yep. Sorry, Steve. You just got shafted.
I'm out.
They're so smart nowadays. It's crazy.
Being married to an actor.
Yeah.
Because you even mentioned it before. Hard enough to be married, but then married to an actor.
Yeah.
Is there a healthy competition between the two of you? Does it ever get where you're upset or angry when the partner's working and you're not? That sort of dynamic?
No,
You're always pulling for him.
It has never happened with Eric. I was married before, to another actor, and that was it was brutal.
Because if you were busy, did you say who?
It was brutal. It was.
I thought you said who. I'm
the
like,
competition was out of control. It was
Yeah.
it was unhealthy. It was actually very ugly. And I was like, what is happening? You know?
Right.
And I think it was such a learning experience for me that, and I was like, I can't date actors. You know, I don't want to date anybody that does what
is
I'm
in
doing.
the business,
You know,
exactly.
like I was like,
there's an understanding, but then at the same time, you're kind of competing
correct.
head to head.
So with Eric, I was so conscious about please don't do that. And it's interesting because with Eric, and listen, I can talk about this openly. He knows and he will tell you, right? Like when we met, I was doing much better. He was doing a soap, and then he had just left the soap to try to make it in primetime TV. So he
Right.
was starting, you know. I already had a career.
Yeah.
So it's never been a problem for me because I always feel like, well, I'm Roselyn Sanchez.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Type of thing.
Queen. Get it.
But now fast forward, this is what's funny. So, and when I started dating Eric, because he's so beautiful and he's such a nice guy, and I've seen him grow as an actor, I'm always like, Eric is going to be the next big thing.
Yeah.
Like my whole life, I was like, since I met him, I was like, he's going to be the next Brad Pitt. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
Like he can be walking down the street and people go, oh my God, you're
Because
like,
he's got a presence.
because
and he's
yeah, so I was
good.
like, he is going to be George Clooney. He has that potential. At least I know he has the potential. And I wanted that for him. It wasn't like, well, what happens if he actually becomes bigger than me?
Right.
I so much like if there's somebody always telling him, Eric, more.
It's
you know?
you.
Because he's much more compliant. Is that a word? No.
Sit,
How do you
sit.
No. In terms of like he doesn't. My whole life, I'm so ambitious, and I'm always about work.
He's
and
more, he's complacent, not
no.
complacent, but relaxed.
He's more relaxed.
Okay,
He's more
well,
like,
that's
you know
what happens. We come into as type A's.
Correct.
You
So
know,
I feel
we
like
would
I've been
put them.
able to like, I don't want to say elevate him because you know what, he has an incredible soul. But like, I'm always like even The Rookie, he's doing this show, The Rookie,
Yes.
which is massive.
Yes.
It's massive. It's doing so well. He loves it. It's been such a blessing for him. And he is so petrified about what if that goes away.
Yeah,
and I'm
aren't
the
we
one
all?
saying, but Eric, The Rookie is nothing. This was the platform for the big
I
one.
love you for saying
You know what
that.
I mean? Oh, and I said, you need to
Someone
see
outside
that.
has to see
Yeah,
that.
but when you're in it, he's like, because he's holding on to
So
that
tight.
so tight. Yes.
Ugh.
Which is okay. The show
Yes.
is doing fantastic, but I just go,
It gets nerve-wracking,
I
though,
know.
to be in it.
But you know, and now fast forward to, it's always been in 18 years, we're walking and people recognize me,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And now for the last maybe 7 months, I'm not kidding you. Like
Yeah.
we go to Disney to take the kids and we go places and everybody's going gaga.
Over him.
For Eric. Everybody's
So
going
awesome.
gaga for Eric.
That's
It's
so
for
awesome.
him. And I'm like, can you take a picture of us? And I was like, what the fuck?
Yes, that's what I was going to
But I'm
say.
like, of
See how
course,
the
no
tables
problem.
turn.
I know. And listen, the
But
first
then
day
they'll
that it
keep
happened,
them.
I was like, oh, I don't think I'm not used to this.
Yeah,
But now I just
yeah.
go, you know what? No, Ross, that this is what you wanted. And this is what you've been telling him. That you aspire for him, you know?
You guys
so
love
I
each
love
other.
it. I love
and then
it.
you celebrate the wins and you're pushing him to be
Yes, and he
better. That's
deserves
so
it.
phenomenal. And that's why you're still married. You know, a lot of people who are watching the show or listening, I think there is this sort of curiosity about watching your partner have sex scenes, love scenes, romantic scenes on camera with someone
Here we go.
else. Here we go.
Here we go.
What? How do you separate from that? Does it bother you? How have you gotten past it? Like if it was my husband, I'd be like, knock yourself out, have fun, and then come home to me. But
it doesn't, listen, it has never bothered me because I think I do it too.
yeah.
So
do you ever like it?
I don't like it. I don't even
Okay.
watch it. And he's the same.
No.
I
okay,
don't-
you don't enjoy it being on set with somebody and like having a like. You're like,
What
I
do you
kinda-
mean? Like me being?
Yeah. Do you ever enjoy those scenes?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
No,
It's
I
just
don't.
par for the course.
It's part of the job. There's too many people. I'm married. You know what I mean? I'm so
Okay.
self-conscious about it. I don't know if like Isabella ever sees, you know what I mean? No, you don't enjoy it.
Okay.
No, it always helps if like, for example, Fantasy, John Gabriel, my love interest, he's lovely. We're good friends. So at least it's comfortable.
Yes, but
Do
it
I
is
want to be
strictly
kissing
acting.
him? No. Is it comfortable? Yes. He's fantastic. You know, so I don't have any issue.
How do you prep for that? Is it like a certain mint you have before these scenes, or what do you do?
A lot of gum.
A lot of gum.
You see the
A
actor,
certain
yeah, a
kind
lot of
of
you're always
gum?
doing gum. You're always very mindful, crafty, and like lunchtime. If the scene is after lunchtime, be careful with what you eat.
Don't eat the
because-
onions.
Yeah, all that.
No one's going for the tuna.
Oh my
It's like,
God.
yeah, you know, like I hope he's not a smoker. I don't want to be kissing nobody that smells like cigarette. You know, that all that goes through your
Oh,
mind.
and by the way, they won't for you. You know what I keep saying, and then I want to do something called Roselyn's Roses with you, where you'll pick a few of your favorite things. But I see so much of Sandra Bullock in you.
Everybody says that. Yeah.
I was thinking that too, but not until today.
No,
Never my whole
same.
life.
Like you turn a certain direction, and I see
it's
it.
the nose. It's the nose. I just got it. I was celebrating Eva 2 days ago for her movie, a big dinner in Beverly Hills, a beautiful event. And I'm outside waiting for my car. I'm a valet, and these two guys, tourists, you can tell that they were not from here, walk by, and they go, "Oh my God, Sandra!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I'm going, "No, guys, no,
Have
no,
you
no,
seen?
no, Sandra."
Do you see that in yourself too?
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
I see it.
I was honestly thinking that from this
Isn't that
angle.
what I know from
that's
this
something,
angle,
But
Steve?
never my,
It's
my
the
whole
nose.
life.
It's the
No, I
nose.
didn't see the
It's the
nose.
nose.
It's even,
Jason, what do
I
you
think it's
think?
how you carry yourself
agrees.
too.
Maybe.
I think it's the laugh too, though. It's like
Yes.
Maybe.
Roselyn, we decided you need the next starring role in a primetime Fox show.
Oh my God.
After Fantasy,
Oh
since
my
Fantasy
God.
Island.
Amen.
ended. All right, ready? A
Yeah.
few of your favorites. Let's do it. If you are offered breakfast in bed, what are you having?
Pancakes and turkey bacon.
Oh, you're not on the low carb thing like the rest of Hollywood?
No.
Okay.
By the way, that was the most serious answer you've had through this whole interview. What was
I was
what
thinking,
was the breakfast?
Tick,
That was it.
workout routine. Is it glutes and abs? Is it biceps and triceps?
Abs and biceps and triceps, yeah.
What do you do?
Light weights, 5, 8, 12 pounds.
Alone, like with a trainer or something?
I have a trainer, Maria Leguizamon, that I love, and then she does, after COVID, during COVID, she started doing like this like online workouts.
Yes.
I used to go to her, but now I just do it from my house.
Oh, you're a self-starter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. In bed by?
Oh, freaking 8:30.
Thanks, me
Yes.
too. Girls trip too?
Oh my God, girls trip to Barcelona.
I like that. This is a boring answer coming from you. I'm sure drink of choice.
Acerola juice.
What is it? Juice?
Acerola. Acerola is like a cherry, but it's a Puerto Rican.
Okay, because I was going to say, because I know there's no alcohol in
No
there,
alcohol.
but
I
we're
don't
going to
drink
get to that in a
alcohol.
second. Your favorite Friday night activity?
Going to dinner with my family.
Lingerie or sweats?
Sweats.
Thank you. Your favorite co-star?
That I've had.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock,
Yeah.
and Lyric Bent, an actor that I did a Lifetime movie with.
Oh, why is that?
Because we just became really good friends, and he's awesome. One of those people that you just connect immediately, and just lovely.
You've worked with your husband, Eric Winter.
Oh, I didn't say Eric.
I was thinking, I was like,
That was a trick question.
I'm so happy you said that.
I just lost my ring. No, listen.
She just lost her ring at the same time.
Not the wedding ring,
Not
this
the
one.
wedding ring.
No, do I like working with? Yeah, I love working. We did a Hallmark movie
Yes.
together. We had a blast. We had a
Are you going to do that again in the future? Team
With
up?
Eric?
Yeah, I
A
know we
movie?
talked about it before. Yeah, would you do a movie or?
I don't know if I'll do a movie with Eric again. I think I would like to direct him in a movie very badly.
That would be fun.
I will do like reality, like I will do like unscripted, like I will host something with Eric.
Yes.
I want to keep producing with Eric, but on camera together, I don't think it's necessary.
Okay, the last thing, and I don't know why I saved it to the end, but it is truly the best. You are 50 years old. You look fucking amazing.
God,
It's rude to the rest of us. What the hell do you and don't you do to stay looking like this?
I don't do anything special. That's what's funny. People ask me and they go, "Do you do?" I say, "I've never done Botox. I don't do anything."
You don't do Botox?
I don't do anything. Look at that. Look at my freaking forehead.
Oh my God.
I will
You've
start.
done nothing?
I will start though.
Okay, so
I've
that's
done Botox for my
genetics.
TMJ because I have horrible
Okay.
TMJ.
That is genetics. What you look like is genetics.
It's possible. It's possible. It's interesting. My father, I told you off camera, my father had a stroke a year and a half ago when I was shooting Fantasy in Puerto Rico, and I'm not kidding you. He's 84 years old. I go to the hospital to see him. I'm freaking out. And I walk in, and he's in bed. And he looked like an angel. Like there was no
wrinkles.
Not one wrinkle. And he's very, very light skinned. Like my mom is very dark, my father is very white. But I will never forget that image of me walking in, like going, oh my God, I'm going to see my dad almost dead, right? Because he was paralyzed. He couldn't move his right side. He still can't. But it wasn't like his mind went, he was very fully aware, and he's kind of like sitting up, and I open the door and he's there, and I look at him and I was like, he looks like he has the skin of my son right now. That is 5 years old.
That's wild.
I was like, what the heck? And I'm going, no wonder people like, look at my
Sadie,
dad.
yeah, that's in the genes.
Crazy.
But I just want to end on this note too. You don't smoke, you don't drink alcohol.
No.
You don't clearly do drugs.
No.
and you take good care of yourself. You eat healthy, you do all that good stuff.
I do.
So back to the basics.
Back to the basics. So yeah, why do I look less than 50? I think it's because I have a lot of respect for my body.
There you go. We have a lot of respect for you. Thank you, Roselyn Sanchez, for coming in. This was a lot of fun.
This was great. Thank you so much. Thank you.